Hi everyone, I'm Alice, and it is Hildibrand night. Not to be confused with Halloween night, which is a completely different thing, and also like a week away. So, are, of course, starting on the fourth chapter of Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn's Hildibrand saga. Happy Hildoween! And I need to log in here. I'm not coming. Oh, yes, I am coming through. Never mind. For just a sec, it looked like I wasn't. I'm not in the correct area right now, so I'm going to need to do a bit of teleporting. Why is my chat box all the way up there? That's weird. Maybe there was a reason for that I don't remember. I gotta renew my account soon, too. Yep, 5 days. Alright, let's switch over to our proper summoner garb, so we too can be an agent of inquiry. Really, I just like the idea of a monocle. Now you can see better, but you have no depth perception. It's perfect, really. Not sure how we would ever replace such a technology. Still got my wind-up Ultros here. Which really likes it when you pet him. Doesn't react to cheering. So, I guess now we have to teleport over to Ul'dah. I haven't been playing that much lately, because I haven't had people to play with much. That Ultros is just unsettling. That is the wrong button. There we go. Now we gotta get over to the steps of Nald, and then pop over to the arena. Gladiators. Oh, I'm having such a hard time concentrating. Ellie would share with you a shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. God. Okay, I'm back now. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldan society. Mr. Manyfaces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke, the Mithril Eye has been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to look into the thief's last message. Until now, that is. Shall we, Serina? The hidden treasure of Ul'dah, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. The Sunsilk Tapestries. Right. Now we pop over to 50 Shades of Sildee. Of course. Just make the walk. Please take the Ethernet. Over there. All the way over here. That was not the button I meant to press. But it was pretty. Well now, if it ain't me favourite venture, and me favourite Mithril Eye reporter along with her, tell me, what have I done to deserve the pleasure of your company today? I see. As much as I'd love to help 2 lovely ladies, I'm afraid you found old Wyman at a loss. Ul'dah has more than its fair share of treasures, hidden and otherwise. I reckon our phantom friend could be after just about any of them. Oh my god, I missed the dialogue again. The Sultan Swarm aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've... Wrong voice, too. I am not with it today. The Sultan Swarm aren't like to be forthcoming with information, but it's the only lead we've got. Come on, Serina. I'd say it's time we paid a visit to the heart of the Sworn. Oh, I yelled up there, Ellie. I ain't generally the worrying type, but you may want to think twice before getting yourself involved in it. A man in my business develops a nose for danger, and this time the stench is something fierce. You're a reporter, Ellie. A fine one at that. Don't put that pretty neck of yours at risk trying to play hero. No, that's the heart of the Swarm. Your concern is touching, but I can assure you that I am ready for whatever dangers lie ahead. Besides, being a reporter is about more than selling papers. I have a duty to seek out the truth and convey it to the people. Come, Serina. Time is of the essence. Now we've got to head over to the Scholar's Walk. Specifically, the Alchemist. Or right outside of it. Good thing for public transportation. Halt! Only authorized personnel are allowed... bugging me with the broadsword. It's the Gentleman of Light's adventure and companion, and that catty but cute reporter from the Mithril Eye. Well, well, if it isn't the self-styled Warrior of Light. Tell me, what tall tales did you spin to the Sultan Sworn recruiter to land yourself in this position? Only the 12's honest truths, miss. Seeing that Gentleman of Light standing tall and triumphant that day, it moved me, to the depths of my soul like. I vowed to put aside me sketchy past and serve the realm Just like my hero Master Hildibrand. The Sultan Sworn were impressed with my commitment and my sword arm, and they gladly welcomed me into their ranks. Why, don't tell me you've come to assist Master Hildibrand in his investigation, haven't you? Oh, why didn't you say so sooner? It's the least I could do to help the two ladies who united me with me role model. You'll be wanting to speak with Phyllis. She's one of the Sworn's best, and something of a history buff, it'd seem. When she heard the thief was targeting the 4 relics of Belladia, she personally stepped forward and volunteered to lead the investigation. If anyone has the information you're looking for, it'd be her. Wait here while I get her. I can trust you not to touch anything, aye? Peter who? Rimshot.swf. A pleasure to meet you, Phyllis. My name is Ellie, from the Mithril Eye. As you may have heard, we're researching the Phantom Thief case, and would appreciate any information that may shed light on recent events. The pleasure is mine, Miss Ellie. And if I'm not mistaken, that would make your companion friend here one Serina Mox, yes? You know Serina? As any regular of the Mithril Eye would, I must confess being something of an unabashed fan of your work. Though it hardly befits my station to say this, I was secretly hoping you'd show up to assist the investigation. Doubtless the inspector, too, will also welcome a helping hand. The Sultan Sworn, the elite of Uldar's elite. I can only hope that they prove competent than the bungling mercenaries I've dealt with thus far. Inspector Bearden, always one step ahead of us. Miss Ellie, Serina, a moment if you would. Right there. Very good. Now face me. Don't film. Inspector, what is that in your... Demasking dust, a formula of my own devising which will allow us to see right through the thief's disguise. Analyzing the mask left behind at Vesper Bay, I was able to identify its composition and synthesize a counteragent that would dissolve the disguise whilst leaving the wearer's face intact. Well, that's good. In any event, it would appear the two of you are indeed who you appear to be. Brilliant, Inspector. The Phantom Thieves pulled the wool over our eyes for the last time. I fear it won't be so simple. The ingredients necessary to produce the dust are exceedingly rare. Even with the entire resources of the Sultan Sworn at our disposal, we were only able to produce a limited supply. I see. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing, then. Have you been able to identify the thief's next target, a hidden treasure of Uldar? The last of the 4 lost relics of Belladia. What I don't like about that is that he had to get it wrong in an experimentation, right? Very possible. Fear not, I've poured through the histories time and again, but the only mention of those 4 relics is a vague reference in an old prophecy. Most serious scholars don't consider it more than a fairy tale. When darkness falls and hope fades to despair, 4 warriors of light shall descend in the righteous glare. The legend goes on to describe the 4 sacred artifacts, one each possessed by these 4 Belladian heroes, but makes no mention of their appearance or nature. Well, they're either crystals or orbs. 3 times we have tried to identify the thief's target, and 3 times he has foiled us by making off with something else entirely. Needless speculation will only play to the fiend's strength. All artifacts of Belladian origin have been sealed within the royal vaults, and a regiment of our finest assigned to its protection. I have furnished all the guards with a supply of demasking dust, and instructed them to be on the lookout for any suspicious personages. The Blackguard'll be in chains before he can lay a dirty hand on the vault doors. Let alone the treasures within. You have our word, milady. But there are even more disturbing matters at hand. Doubtless, you have heard of a recent rash of murders perpetrated by our quarry. The Sultan Swarm have launched an investigation, but the truth of the matter is that we have been far too occupied with the defense of the vaults to make any meaningful progress. We would be most grateful for any assistance you could offer. A lady asks, and a gentleman answers. Our hero. Cast all worry from your heart, milady. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has arrived to set right what is wrong and bring the wicked to justice. And this must be the damasking dust that is the talk of the palace. Ah, but you need not waste your supply on me, Inspector. I assure you that I am exactly who I claim to be. Shame that. Inspector Hildibrand, we were not expecting you, but your services are most welcome. I'll share all I know about the recent murders. The killer has claimed 3 victims thus far, the head of a publishing consortium, a high-ranking government official, and an influential scholar. Other than that, they were all influential figures in their respective circles. We can identify no common threads connecting the 3. Oh ho! This will prove a most satisfying case to crack indeed. And what of the method of killing? Conked over the head with a cudgel, gutted with a great sword, strangled with a subligar, perhaps? I'm afraid we've identified no pattern. In any event, the murderer plots the deaths of 2 more even as we speak. We must take action immediately. A subligar is underwear. Understood, milady. Clues may be scarce, but worry not. My realm-renowned powers of deduction are more than up to the task. I will see this burglar-turned-butcher delivered to justice. Your presence is heartening indeed, Inspector Hildibrand. Friends, please take this demasking dust with you. I fear we can spare but a single sachet, but I trust you will put it to good use. Alright, continuing on. Come to accompany me on yet another case, friend? I like your gusto. But if you're auditioning to be my assistant, I fear that role has already been filled most ably. Still, a gentleman welcomes the support of all his admirers. I shall henceforth name you thusly, Serina, my ever-loyal associate. And now, my ever-loyal associate, the investigation calls. I propose that we begin by inspecting the site at which the most recent victim met his demise. My questioning about the palace has revealed that the scholar's body was found not far from the 80 Sins of Sasimo. Even the most circumspect of criminals cannot help but leave behind clues. Clues that will not elude my gaze. Friends, let us be off. Pray alert me should you see anyone suspicious, my ever-loyal associate. We must put Miss Phyllis's demasking dust to good use. And on to the 80 Sins of Sasimo. Can actually reach through West Gate. Oh, don't. What the heck? Want to. This area. Oh my gosh. There we go. A Thaumaturgist Guild. There we go. How bad were these sins exactly? Well, I mean, individually they weren't much. But when you add them all together, they make up quite a bit of sin.
Flowers? Yes, it's all becoming clear now. Our phantom killer is a florist who, in his hurry to escape, carelessly mislaid his wares.
Just what do you think you're doing, eh? Hey? I'm the one who put them flowers there, eh? To honor the memory of me poor boy. You dare defile his memory, eh? Eh?
1,000 pardons, milady. Please accept my most sincere condolences on your loss. I am Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. I swear to you on my own dear mother's name that your son's killer will be brought to justice. As I was just saying, these flowers were clearly placed here by the family of the deceased, which can only mean...
Leave this place. Run away while you still can. Run far, far away. Run, or he'll turn you into a zombie, just like my poor, poor boy.
A living person turned into a zombie? Nonsense.
Not nonsense, my boy. History. For have you not heard of the horrors of Silda? Aye, old our sibling nation against which we waged war centuries ago. Much blood was shed by both sides, aye, but I speak of far greater horrors than death. An unholy drought brewed by a Sildine alchemist, one with the power to turn the living to the undead, that his nation might command an army of mindless, deathless soldiers, the traitors spurn. They turned my poor boy into a heap of rotten flesh and ran him through, but you won't hear that from the Sultan's sworn. Thou alone knows why, but they whisked the body away before I could so much as pay me respects.
The traitors spurn. I've heard the stories. I never thought them true. To be able to procure such a frightening thing, just who are we dealing with here?
A Sildin, I'm sure of it. Aye, only a Sildin would know the recipe. But the last remnants... Hilda died 4 centuries ago, you say? Oh, they did. He calls himself the Phantom Thief, he does, but it did ever occur to you that he might be an honest-to-God's phantom? The tales from me own great-grandma did, about the 4 relics of Belladia and the powers they hold, the power to exact justice. A spectre of Silda has returned to wreak vengeance on us. Woe! Woe unto us all. Have the 4 warriors of light forsaken us? My dear boy, if only you'd become a traitor like your father. If only you'd kept your nose out of those history books and never so much as breathed the accursed name of Silda. But you did, and now we're doomed. Doomed!
That bleeding Orson's here somewhere. I can feel it in me follicle. Most potent hair tonic the realm has seen. Aye, that it was for all of a fortnight afore me flowing looks fell out all over again. And just as I was chatting up a lovely young lass at the quicksand, just to twist the knife an extra home. Mont Blanc. Charlatan! Who'll find that so-called inspector and his sorry band and put every last strand of hair from their bleeding skulls?
Alright, we're half an hour in and no one's showing up, so I guess that's it. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining.